Hello guys, my name is Lawrence, and you're tuning in with Lilskeegamer Reviews, and today we're going to review a product that's been told around a lot in 2019, but I decided to have my own take on it because why not? You've already read the title, so you know what's going on. Is the iPhone SE still good in 2019? Let's get into this, shall we? Now, the iPhone SE has been out for a good 3 to 4 years now. This phone has been moving on strong since the iPhone 5S and the 6S. What's so special about the iPhone SE, you might be wondering? Well, the iPhone SE has the same processor as the iPhone 6S, so it's still on par with all the other iPhones. But obviously, it will not be working at the same quality, but you should be able to still get everyday tasks like watching videos, playing simple games, out of the way with no problems. Now, why would people want to get the iPhone SE? Well, it's only for really a certain majority of people who like small phones, but if you are looking for a small phone, the iPhone SE would be the best choice. Now, sadly, the iPhone SE has been discontinued by Apple, so if you're gonna try and get one of these, you might want to look on places like Amazon or eBay. Now, how does the iPhone SE camera look? Well, funny enough, I'm actually using the iPhone SE as a camera right now, and I'm filming in 4K 30 FPS. As you can see, the camera quality is still really good and still usable by today's standards. It's even better than some DSLR cameras that cannot film in this quality. Alright guys, now, the cons of the iPhone SE. Well, the biggest con is already in its appearance. As you can see, it's not the design. The design is actually really iconic with all the older model iPhones, and it's probably one of the most iconic designs that Apple has made yet. Now, obviously, I'm talking about the size. The size is really small, and for people that don't like small phones, this might throw you away. It could be a deal breaker for some people. Now, the other con would have to be the front-facing camera. Now, the rear-facing camera is fantastic, but the front-facing camera, I don't know why they decided to downgrade it to 720p, but they did. They could at least upgrade it to 1080p, 30 frames per second. They might have to cut some production costs at some places. Now, what is the other cons? Now, the other cons could be the fact that there is only one speaker on this end, but it's not really much of a problem, in my opinion. Now, other cons might be to some people is that the Touch ID system is the first generation. It could be second gen, but I'll have to do a checkup on that. But it's not really much of a problem, to be honest with you guys. You can pretty much use this perfectly fine. Now, those are the cons that I really have for this phone. I don't really have too many cons for this phone because the phone is just that good. And for the size, to me, I'm more of a bigger phone guy myself, but for the small phone, it's one of the first iPhones I've ever gotten, and it's probably one of the best. Alright, I love the iPhone SE. It has a soft place in my heart, and for a small device, I do not mind converting as long as it's the iPhone SE. Now, is it worth it in 2019? Compared to other phones, you might get a better deal, but if you're looking for a solid phone that can film in 4K and can bring out that performance to the maximum for a small fee of $150 to $200, the iPhone SE is a deal breaker out in the market. Now, I got my iPhone SE when it was barely starting to close down shops, when it was at the low end of $150, so I got lucky. You guys might get lucky too if you search around online to get a used iPhone SE for around $100 or $150. Now, that's the end of the review. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want benchmarking tests on how fast the iPhone SE really is, I'll probably do that in a whole separate video altogether. This is just a little review specs and just showing you, is it worth it to you? Go find out yourself. Buy the iPhone SE and let me know in the comments section if you love it. If you are already an iPhone SE user, let me know how much you love the device. I think it's definitely worth it. And on the phone scale, I'll give it a good solid 7 out of 10. Now, why do I give it such a high score? Well, for the price and how good the phone is, you might as well put it up there with the bigger phones because it can still perform well even in 2019 despite the old hardware. And this is Lilskeegamer Reviews, signing out, iPhone SE 2019.